It's been nearly 3 weeks since our world was flipped upside down in the wake of the catastrophic Hawk coin crypto scam from Haley Welch and her team of worms. We put our faith into the most trusted person we knew, Girl, to deliver a crypto that could replace the US dollar. And what happened next, no one could have seen coming. It wasn't on the Mayan calendar, and Baba Vanga didn't predict it. We were all caught by surprise when it turned out Hawk Coin was a rug pull scam. It led to one of the most devastating financial blows this nation has faced since the Great Depression. Many are now homeless, out there scavenging for morsels of Solana, getting dowsing rods out, trying to track down just little tiddlywinks of Solana to hopefully try and recoup their Hawk Coin investment. God rest their souls. And when the world needed her most, she vanished like the Avatar. Girl went into hibernation, signing off with a "I'm going to bed" line in a Twitter space, never to be heard from again.
Not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
She really does sound like Sandy Cheeks yapping through an Xbox 360 microphone. So she was in this Twitter space where people were going over Hawkcoin after the apocalypse unfolded with the huge rug pull and everyone losing all of their money except for the team on the inside, of course. And this is how she signed off. And it's been 3 weeks since she powered down. So she's been slumbering for a while now. But friends, what if I told you, just like Smog, awakening on that pile of gold, Girl has also awakened. 3 weeks later, she has finally received that kiss from a prince, that prince being a lawyer, most likely, that has made her eyes shoot open and immediately go to Twitter to let everyone know how seriously she's taking this whole situation. She's gonna get to the bottom of what happened here, because it's a mystery to all of us. Do you think Girl's response is good? Man, absolutely not. She finally woke up after 3 weeks or whatever, and she just drops this. I take this situation extremely seriously. I want to address my fans, the investors who have been affected in the broader community. I'm fully cooperating with and I'm committed to assisting the legal team representing the individuals impacted, as well as to help uncover the truth, hold the responsible parties accountable, and resolve this matter. If you experience losses related to this, please contact Berwick Law. What do you mean, uncover the truth? I'm sure you were too stupid to know what a rug pull was, but I mean, it's still, at the end of the day, your fault. It's like that scene in SpongeBob where he's like, Maniac on the loose, and he's got the walkie-talkie out, and there's the picture of the Maniac behind him, and it's SpongeBob. That is literally Haley Welch right now. You saw that Twitter response too? Did someone already make that joke? God damn it. SpongeBob's too hot right now, I can't even get the references out first. That's right, Girl is on the case. We're gonna get to the Hawk Trutha about this crypto scam. And Haley Welch is just the intellectual beacon of hope that we needed to figure it out. It's painfully obvious Haley Welch is not the one that wrote this statement. You can tell by the use of commas. Girl would never. This is someone on her PR team that's spearheading this effort to try and do damage control. There's been a lawsuit filed as a result of the Hawk meme coin rug pull, so she is now definitely in a crisis mode. I also imagine all the parasites around Haley that actually control her, because she has become so big to the point where she now has a whole PR team and an entire agency behind her. So they are working her like a puppet. It's like fucking Weekend at Bernie's out there with Haley Welch's body. And I'm guessing they're telling her to shut the fuck up and not do what she did when this first happened, going into a Twitter space and making herself look even worse and this whole thing look even more shady. So that's why she's been so quiet and will probably stay quiet until they resolve this behind the scenes, or hope that people just forget about it. It still blows my mind how she got extremely lucky, up there with winning the lottery, where she was able to spin an entire career off a fucking 5-second meme clip of her talking about spitting on a wiener. That doesn't happen all that often. Like, it happened with the Costco guys as well. They also got super lucky just from one meme. But think of all of the people who didn't. Like, some of the biggest memes for their time, like Damn Daniel. He didn't become an internet superstar sensation with his own podcast. You know, the fucking Damn Daniel every Tuesday. Like, there's nothing like that. She got so lucky. And she's already cashed in all of that shit for one crypto rug pull. Now, I don't think it's going to ruin her career. She's probably still going to be fine. People will ironically still support Talk-Tua and the Hawk-Tua girl ventures because she's a clown that people like to make fun of and she makes a lot of money off being that clown. But it's crazy she got so lucky and then so quickly did the scummiest shit you could do by scamming her whole audience. Now, most people saw this coming, but not everybody. There were some actual delusional idiots that put money into this that definitely deserve to have their money lost. I'll go ahead and say it. I've said it multiple times. If you actually put money into Hawk Coin thinking that it was somehow going to be a good financial investment, you definitely deserve to have her come out there and fucking spit on that thing. Imagine getting this lucky and having the easiest path in life laid out before you. You need only walk it, and you don't even have to walk it that hard. And yet, you still fuck it up in the most avoidable way possible. She had an extremely successful and lucrative career spin out of actually nothing, and she still managed to wipe her ass with it. All she had to do was clock in once a week for Talk to a Tuesday, where she sits there like a lobotomite saying nothing or being extremely clueless when a topic comes up, and she'd have tons and tons of people still continue to support it till the cows fucking come home, and she could have rode that horse for years. She could have continued to milk that cow, and the milk would have never ran dry. She didn't have to do anything special. She didn't even have to be all that careful because people would support her no matter what, whether it's ironically or unironically, because now it's a blend of both. So all she had to do was just stay the course. But she couldn't. She saw too many dollar signs in her eyes. She got a little too greedy and couldn't resist putting her hand in the cookie jar to squeeze a little bit extra juice out of the lemon here. So she pulled a huge scam on her audience, not realizing that that's a bad thing. Though I also don't think she even realized what she was doing in the first place, because all she cares about is what her team tells her to care about. That's the impression I get. And someone on her team connected her to Doc Hollywood and the Goof Troop and whatever, and they all said, we're going to make a meme coin, people are going to love it, and we're going to make a ton of money. And she just said yes, off rip. I am sure she gave it no more thought than that. I am confident she has never even heard the word crypto until her team told her about it. If you asked her right now what Solana is, she'd probably be trying to relate it to some species of bird or something. She has no clue what any of this shit means. All she knew is that she was told that she'd make a lot of money off it and said, sign me up. At least that's my best guess of what went on behind the scenes, but maybe I'm downplaying Haley Welch's nefarious galaxy brain. Maybe she was the one that put all of the puzzle pieces together here and said, let's run a crypto scam. Maybe she's only playing the fool, but is actually a turbo genius. Food for thought. Don't think that's the case. I think it's pretty clear from the Twitter space, she does not know what is even going on. At all. Not even close. But it is her fault. And her team's fault. So, we'll see what happens here. Like I said, I don't think she's gonna go to jail or anything, because they don't actually prosecute for financial crimes like this in the crypto space. And I don't think she's going to have her entire internet career ruined from it, because people, regardless, are just going to keep championing Hawk to a Girl as like this silly meme that they ironically love, which leads to it being more than ironic at that point. So she'll probably end up being just fine. But I think for now she's going back to bed. Posted that yesterday, hasn't posted since, so she's probably asleep again. We'll hear from her in another 3 weeks. That's about it. See ya. I know I already made a video yesterday making fun of Hawk to a Girl and the team of parasites that surround her like locusts, latching on, trying to just siphon as much money out of her meme as they can, like babies trying to suckle milk from a nipple. But I missed one of the most entertainingly embarrassing meltdowns I've seen in quite some time. So Haley Welch has her Goof Troop that instructed her on this rug pull crypto scam that she pulled off yesterday. And last night, this unholy trio of buffoonery started a Twitter space to explain this giant rug pull and talk about how it's not actually a scam and everyone's wrong. And I missed a very important component, and thank God CoffeeZilla recorded all of it because it is a masterpiece meltdown. CoffeeZilla just made a video going over the entirety of Hawk2a Girl's crypto scam. It is an incredible video that I cannot recommend highly enough. It is a thorough breakdown of all of it, and it paints a very clear picture of just how malicious and evil this was with everyone that was working on it and exactly how it all went down. So definitely check that video out. And in his video, he went into the Twitter space before I did and got to catch this amazing specimen going ballistic. The alpha goober of the Hawk2a goof troop, his name is Doc Hollywood. Well, he had some colorful words for everyone that went into that Twitter space, and that Twitter space is where neurons went to die. Listening to these worms try and explain that it's not a rug pull, it's not a scam, was like listening to Courage the Cowardly Dog try and explain to Eustace and Muriel that the stranger that just showed up at their door is not a good guy. It was comical. It was amazing, but I missed the best part. Thank you, CoffeeZilla, for preserving this.
Anyway, enjoy.
Everyone thinks that, oh, everything's a rug. Everything's a rug. Everyone's here to f you. Nah, we're here to onboard real people outside of this spaces, right? The people here, you guys are already y'all are ahead every day thinking everything's a scam. And you know what? You guys are right. Everything is a scam, but not this.
Everything is a scam. Your mom, your dad, your dog, they're all frauds. They're using you. You can't trust them. The only thing you can trust, the only thing on God's green earth that isn't a scam is Hawk2a coin. You know, the thing that rug pulled in less than 20 minutes and everyone lost all of their money, except for some people on the inside and some snipers. Yeah, that is the creme de la creme of real, legitimate business. If you can't trust Hawkonomics, what can you trust? And you know what? Let's say you wipe your ass with the Hawkonomics good reputation. You don't spit on that thang. You don't trust that thang. Well, how can you not trust this face? Doc Hollywood himself, with Hawk2a Girl and Sidekick. I'm not familiar with the characters in the Hawk2a extended universe, so I don't know who she is that's also getting educated on meme coins by the god, the Adonis, Doc Hollywood. Even his name is badass. It's so cool. Doc Hollywood. That actually just sounds like a scummy character from a cartoon. And he is. He is cartoonishly scummy.
Not this. We did not spend 6-7 months of our lives dedicated to trying to do something cool, right? To do something different.
I'm going to be pausing a lot because each statement made me giggle harder and harder, and I couldn't believe that he was even saying shit like this with a straight face. What new thing did you do? What was different here? You made a rug pull crypto. That's as old as dirt. Cavemen were probably tossing that idea around before they found fire. It's that old. Like, people have seen this exact scam a million times. And the reason it's persisted is because it is still successful. Somehow, Palpatine returns, and they keep falling for it over and over and over again. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? It's unbelievable that people are still putting their ass in their asshole and just going hog wild, dumping money into a Hawk2a meme coin, thinking that somehow it's going to be a good financial decision. But you know what? Let's take a magic school bus ride into this guy's barren wasteland of a brain and just tinker around with the fairy tale that this wasn't supposed to be a rug pull. We'll take a trip to the alternate dimension in the multiverse where this wasn't a scam from the get-go. What new cool thing did you make, brother? Doc Hollywood, you made a meme coin. You and 10 billion other goobers on the planet. Well, it didn't do anything new. It was certainly nothing we haven't seen before. You made a meme coin to capitalize off a stale meme. Like, what are you talking about? That's like me saying I reinvented water by putting it in this glass, as opposed to, like, whatever glass you might be using. It's the same goddamn thing everyone knows. It's like, what?
Not dumping on you. Not bundle sniped. Not 100% of the liquidity or whatever was bundle sniped by the team and propped up charts. You guys are not the target audience. Sorry to say, right? This is not the target audience.
Who's he talking to?
The target audience, which is why I'm even doing this, which is what's cool about it, is it's not in this spaces. And listen, most of you, we don't want you in the community. Let's be real, right? You're not great people. I don't know y'all, right? I see some friendly faces in this audience.
This strategy is bold. This is an advanced maneuver. He's trying that Reddit/nice guys move of, well, actually, I was too good for you anyway, bitch. He's trying that on everyone that just lost money on this crypto scam. We didn't want you guys anyway. We weren't looking for you guys. You're all bad people, by the way. We're better than you and better off without you. So scram, Buster. Get out of town.
He's having a meltdown.
I'm going to say y'all, you guys, right? There's a lot of negativity in the space. I think crypto brings the mentally ill into this thing, right? If you guys are in crypto, you're most likely mentally ill. And I'm going to count myself as mentally ill for even being here right now.
When I first heard that, I burst out laughing like Santa Claus if Mrs. St. Nicholas went over there and tickled his belly. I couldn't believe he said that shit. He's just like, all of you in here are mentally ill. And me, by the way, because I'm here in the loony bin with all of you. And you're all bad people, and you're mentally ill. Like, what the fuck? Nothing says trustworthy business quite like one of the main people behind it having this public temper tantrum and ordering some french fries in a wambulance to come pick him up because he can't stop drowning in his own tears in a Twitter space where he's trying his absolute best to somehow defend this by not defending it. He didn't answer any questions or provide any evidence or proof that somehow explains that this wasn't a scam. And I am still dumbfounded that Doc Poopsock Hollywood is even trying to defend all of this. Because typically crypto rug pullers will vanish. They will just disappear and you will never hear their name again. He is doing everything he can to go out of his way to be in the public eye here. That's the real innovation here. That is the only new thing that Cock Hollywood is doing. Just openly putting his name and face on a full-blown red alert scam. That is incredible. That is unheard of. I don't know why. Maybe that was part of the contract, the deal with Hawk2a that he would be the fall guy. He's got to be the sacrificial lamb for this whole thing. So now he's just playing his part, dancing on the stage. Stand back, Haley. I'll take it from here. Like he's some kind of superhero out of a comic book. I don't understand it, but I'm very entertained by it.
We're trying to actually have fun. We're trying to do something cool. We're trying to give meme tokens away for free to people who have never had any crypto before, any meme token.
What in tar nation? I gotta stand up and take a lap. What? How is that cool? What? He's making it sound like he's some kind of like saint for this act. That's like me saying, I just trimmed my pencil, so I'm going to do something great for all of humanity. I'm going to give some of this pencil shavings away for free to everyone around me. It's meaningless. No one wants it. It's worthless. How is giving away Hawk2a coin a benefit to anybody at all? That shit is a curse. That is walking around with a dunce cap on. In fact, it is literally a curse because once you get the Hawk2a, you might be susceptible to buying more Hawk2a and you would have lost all your money on it. Like, it is the worst possible thing you could give somebody. And it has no actual value. It's worthless. It's beyond worthless.
And you guys should be kissing my ass because I'm trying to do something dope.
An actual 10 out of 10 finale, a magnificent closing line. You all should be kissing my ass because I'm trying to do something dope. And he is. He is the dopest. He's doing kickflips on a skateboard. He's smoking cigarettes. He's looking at boobies. Like this guy, I mean, he fucks. This is a man we're talking about here. And at the end of the day, no one's really giving him enough thanks. Like, they're not giving him the flowers that he deserves. I love that. I love that perspective from him. Well, yeah, all of you lost your money on my meme coin scam token. Yeah, you all lost money. And not one of you thanked me for it. What's the deal with that? You're all bad people and you're mentally ill. Imagine some stranger walking up to you, punching you in the nose, stealing your wallet, and then wondering where his thanks is at. Why is no one slobbering on my meat for this huge scam that I just pulled off? Hello? Why am I hearing crickets? Doc Hollywood is clearly a big piece of shit, but man, his meltdown had me laughing. I just had to share it with you. Check out CoffeeZilla's video for a full breakdown on the scam in its entirety and everything about it. And yeah, that's really about it. See ya. Yeah, the Hawk2a girl launched a meme coin That's just like a term they use, calling it a meme coin. It's really not. It's just always a scam coin. It's made for the sake of rugging her viewers within the first hour of its launch. And I feel like everyone in the world should have seen this coming, but somehow still they were able to make tens of thousands of dollars rugging idiots.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
And so, as you can see in the community note, 90% of the token supply has been sniped and being sold on the community. Buying this highly speculative Hawk coin could result in loss. Just giving people a fair warning, which wasn't heeded. So what ended up happening is what everyone knew would happen. It got rugged. Instantly, pretty much, within the first 2 hours. So then Haley Welch's PR team made this post talking about the Hawkonomics, saying the team hasn't sold one token. Baloney. I'll call horseradish on that. We tried to stop snipers as best we could. Also, huge dirty barnacles on that claim too. And then once again a community note. The team and insiders have actually been selling their tokens since launch. Majority have never purchased anything and have only sold the token they were given. Haley is lying and will likely have to talk to a judge about this. Community note, just dropping a fucking pun on it. Cold turkey like that. Might as well. But yep. We live in a world where CoffeeZilla will now make a Hawk Tuah video. That's why this tab's open here. I'm just waiting for him to drop the, the Hawk Tuah video. I'm very excited for it. The idea behind goobers putting money into things like the Hawk Tuah coin is they know it's going to rug, but they really think that they'll be the ones to capitalize off the rug. They'll pull out at the perfect time. Completely oblivious to the fact that insiders are the ones that actually make the money, not the idiots that buy in thinking that somehow they're smarter than the scammer. Like, you're not in on the scam, you are just another one of the pawns on the board. You are just another little dime into the piggy bank. You'll never beat the rug. Imagine getting rugged by Hawk Tuah girl in the year of our Lord 2024. Again, you absolutely fucking deserve it. This is a scam where the only victims are the ones that actually deserve it. This is a lesson that you needed to learn. And Haley Welch took you over her knee and disciplined you. And I know they're still not going to learn their lesson. They will once again just dump into the next fucking shitcoin from pump.fun. Why can't I find the graph again? Because it's like a beautiful rug graph. Like the most... Oh yeah, here. Someone even put it as a Christmas tree. It's just like the quintessential Solana rug graph. I know, man. People are actually begging to just be scammed over and over and over and over and over again. I guarantee if Jack Doherty went live on Twitter right now saying that he's doing another meme coin, people would buy in and he'd make another 20 grand off him. Easy. You see that the Rizzler got disrespected by Hawk Tuah girl? I know you're making like a meme off of the absurdity of like the names and the shit, like just the full culture around it. But you know what's crazy? Is if Hawk Tuah girl did disrespect the Rizzler, it's the worst thing she could do for her career. She can blatantly scam these idiots on her Twitter. They're not going to care. They'll still tune in to Talk Tuah for whatever reason. Ironically, I guess. But if there was the story about how she disrespected the Rizzler, they'd all just leave her. A Rizzler level event would be the worst thing that could happen to her. But she can run these pump and dump scams till the fucking cows come home. It won't affect her. The Hawk Tuah fall off is crazy. No, what's crazy is that there isn't a Hawk Tuah fall off. She just had Mark Cuban on her podcast.
Yep.
It's disgusting. Actual industry plant that is thriving in the biggest possible way and now just full goatsy scamming her fans. Actually dropping trouser, shitting on him, and it's not gonna matter. CoffeeZilla is live with a Hawk Tuah girl in a Twitter space. Oh, he's already on the case? Let's go. I had his channel up earlier, waiting for when he'd hop in.
There's no rug pull, and it's not done by us. Yes, snipers sniped it up to an insane market cap.
No, it's
and
not
dumped
just
it.
snipers.
That was not us.
That was
listen.
You know that.
Listen, no. I'm telling you the truth.
And y'all made millions on fees from this little.
Coffee, listen to him. It wasn't them.
I'm sure that's not
a
you getting
scheme.
those fees,
It's
right?
not a
Who's making
scheme.
the money
It's
on
not
the
a-
fees?
it's
Who's
not a
making
scheme.
millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the
Who's making
project. So we
fees?
can keep this thing going for years. Okay? That's how do you
The
think
hawk to a
the
coin
results
for
are-
years.
Who makes the money on
I
the fees?
love that.
Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteora pools, and that goes to the creator, right?
Which is who? Who does that
which-
who does that belong to?
that belongs
God.
to the project, right?
No, no, no.
the project?
God
Who
owns
is
it.
the project?
This is a.
Well, the project is over here,
Who-
Haley Welch, right? And
How much
there's-
does Haley
and there's a
Welch
lo-
own?
This is Haley Welch's project.
So she owns all of it.
CoffeeZilla.
Did she just make $1 million on fees on a rug pull? I'm just trying to figure out
Do you know
who
how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself, right?
So y'all wanted to make the money on day one? I don't understand. I'm just asking.
We're
who
here
actually
every single
makes the
day.
millions of
Day
dollars
one,
in fees from the
day
rug.
two, day three.
This guy's really bad at avoiding
This is how you
questions.
run a project forever.
He's not even slipping out of it
You
super
have to fund
effectively.
that. And time and people that are on this project. Over here has around 18 people working on this right now as we speak. This is not a small time type of nothing.
It is literally a nothing.
Here and not just do it for one.
It is
day.
actually a nothing. It's a hawk to
Who
a
made the
coin.
money? You haven't answered the question. Who made the money? How much did Haley Welch make of that million, 1.8 million?
It's a foundation that is running.
Oh,
How much does she own of it?
It's a foundation. She owns zero of the foundation.
So y'all made the money?
No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation in the Cayman
Brother,
Islands.
who profited? Over $1 million was just
I'm
made.
telling you, a foundation that pays people out. And by the way, CoffeeZilla, I'm not.
it's just is it a force of nature? Who owns it?
That are
It's so
irrelevant to the
simple.
most important stuff. Because we didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's
No rug pull.
defamation.
Doc,
what you're saying,
do
CoffeeZilla.
the math. Do
It's
the math.
defamation. You're
It's like
sitting
taking
there
a shit and telling me there's no poop.
3%.
You're defaming our character. You're
not
it's
going to let me
bullshit.
talk?
It's
You
bullshit.
just talk over me. You talk over me.
I'm hearing bullshit. So why?
No,
why
you're
am I
not.
just-
He just denied it. Hold on,
Play out your
I'll pull this up
tokenomics.
again real
You
quick.
guys released 3% to the Meteora pool, while you have 17% of the token allocation unlocked day one from your strategic allocation. Are you guys insane? What do you guys think exactly is going to happen when your insiders get sent their tokens? And by the way, who made the money from your 17% pre-sale while you're giving a tiny piece of the pie to the public? Like, what the hell? This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a scam.
It's not a scam.
It is literally a scam. Actually a
You can
scam.
say whatever you want about it. You can cry defamation. That's my opinion. It's a scam.
Well,
And I only do this for a living. I've only seen 1 million of these projects.
This one's different, Coffee.
It's you, CoffeeZilla. Let's track your
Ooh,
wallet.
turn it around.
Who
But,
paid?
over here, why don't you tell
Nobody's
CoffeeZilla
here
what
for
we're
you.
doing
Everyone's
with this
here
project?
for you. Where did the fees go? Where did the money for the pre-sale tokens go? Why
I
did
love the
y'all
who pays
unlock
you
day
coffee.
one so people could dump on Haley Welch's fans? And how involved was she really? And how much?
What just happened? They muted him.
I just got muted.
That must have been a glitch.
Yeah, so I mean, like we as mentioned, like we raised a 17% strategic allocation that was done at a 16.69
Oh my God.
valuation. You know, we tried to kind of keep that kind of premise here was that, you know, we had the restriction, like we you know, we heard the request for us to do this in a public manner, and you know, I think that we, you know, having consulted with like
You were saying fucking nothing right now, and you're saying it with a big lisp.
I guess like the legal.
He's about to just
opinion was
start
that,
talking
you know,
about dedicated
protect
wham.
Haley, and you know, kind of mitigate any kind of consideration.
This is nothing.
Basically,
Just answer the simple questions Coffee is posing. Who owns it? Who made the money?
Americans. That 200 people participate. A lot of people within the industry that were very supportive of the vision. Because I think that they
Why even
do
listen
kind
to
of
this
saw
bullshit if
that
he muted
potentially
Coffee?
this
Because he's got to
is
unmute him at some
forward.
point.
Like, you know, I think that
Coffee and Connor Eats Pants are in here
we're kind of
spamming
hoping
thumbs
that
downs.
This can be like a little bit of a paradigm shift. I mean, like I said, nothing that we've seen thus far with
it's a Hawk Tua rug pull shitcoin, man.
In a sustainable manner.
He's yapping about nothing.
Of longevity of an extended time frame, and we're just trying to, like, try something different, right? Like I said, we went back to first principles and kind of tried.
Did they answer any questions yet?
No. In a way that we think makes
no.
sense, by we kind of felt ultimately that was probably the best representation of who were her true fans.
These are actual just filler words of nothing.
That,
actual
like,
nothing.
Running this initiative that
he's speaking just
into the hands of the
that's
people
all
that have been most supportive of her and like kind of really engaged with her.
Holy.
I just want everyone to, be respectful.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, this is
you guys
something that means a lot. Go ahead, FaZe Banks.
Appreciate it. I just heard this guy blab about pretty much nothing. I repeat the same shit that he said the first time around. You said something about Web 2 in layman's terms that just basically means 90%, 97% of all the tokens owned were by related wallets, friends of friends of friends of friends. They were
no, that's not true. It's not true.
Yeah, yes, it is true.
You can see it. You can see it.
Brother.
Yeah.
You're talking about some fucking, what did you say, in the Cayman Islands?
It's how you legally launch these types of things. It's a foundation. But listen, this isn't a bundled scam. This is and prove that they were not sold by us. So the bubble map stuff was totally false. It's not what happened.
Oh, so this is all a lie.
Over here, maybe you can.
They're the trustworthy ones at the Hawkonomics.
To these different wallets, and clear up a lot of this. These allegations that are just false.
Yeah, I mean, like in terms of like.
Oh God, not this guy.
The different wallets and stuff like.
Whoever guided you in this, or whoever directed you to do this, or gave you the advice to do this, you should fire them immediately. And yeah.
Yeah, I just want to jump in here.
Yeah, I'm doing the best I can. Thank you, FaZe.
Was that a Looney Tunes sound clip? What was that?
Ugly launch, cool. There's day 2, there's day 3, there's day 4.
Bulletproof response. Bulletproof. That's how you handle it.
Single day memeing. The key is to actually onboarding her real, true fans. This might not be for
Sounded
everybody.
like Sandy Cheeks.
It's not a big deal to us. We ain't going anywhere. Haley's not going anywhere. And the Hawk Tua meme is definitely not going anywhere. Yes, they were from the deployer wallet, but they're put into wallets for her true fans to claim. They were not sold. None of
You have to
them
unlock
were
the
sold.
true
I just
fan
want to make that
prestige
very,
level.
very, very clear. But listen, it's all love. I understand everybody around here is kind of used to the same thing. There's only one way to prove that this is not just like everything else, which is just not give up, right? And keep going and keep doing everything, that you possibly can.
Inspirational.
Right?
Inspirational.
To keep it pushing. And the
He's
only
right.
way that it's a rug or the only way that it's a scam is if you give up on it. And that's the one thing that we can say is no one's given up on this.
Mm-hmm.
So over here, or if you want to ask Haley some questions, let's Haley is somebody who's an incredible person, and she's had a lot of fun memeing. She really enjoys X. I think we have to really stick with the facts.
What the fuck?
And we can show all the transactions, right? And we've had them analyzed now. We can show all the transactions. That's the thing, is like the blockchain doesn't lie. And we will publish those transactions.
You just said you were literally just saying that it does. Sometimes when it makes you look bad.
Yes, it got 90.
Blockchain doesn't lie.
It was 3%
unless
97.
It's doing something bad for us.
That was held back.
No, I mean, I just wanted to be like, obviously Haley's been through a journey, and this launch has obviously gone the way it's gone. But yeah, I think that maybe it'd be helpful for the community to kind of hear. Haley's story, because ultimately,
they're trying so hard to push it onto Haley right now.
Like the coin and stuff like
Guys,
that.
we need to think about Haley's feelings. We only told her that she was going to make a ton of money from this. She didn't know it was going to be a rug pull. Haley, take it from here. We're going to leave.
Everybody resonates with Hawk Tua as a meme. It's like one of the most viral memes of all time. And I think people have been making a lot of money off derivative works, and people have launched a bunch of fake tokens, which is maybe the launch didn't go the smoothest. But like, yeah,
That's one way of putting it.
with
It
the
didn't go the
memes,
smoothest, huh?
showing up every day, trying to run the project. I think Haley's here for the long term. Ultimately, like her career is, like just kind of starting, and she's accomplished a lot of amazing things in this short period of time. And like obviously resonating.
Nice membership, Jack.
Really strongly with the global audience. And I think, I think it'd just be useful for color if Haley was able to kind of share a little bit about that original story, because I think it helps kind of paint the picture here a little bit of how she's constantly tried to build community and use what she's built to kind of engage the broader community and be very inclusive. And she's done a lot of cool stuff around charity, and I think she really cares about dogs and stuff like that. And I think it's really cool to see.
What are you saying? What are you saying, man? What in the world?
I guess cool with what she's been able to get into.
I went over to Haley's house one time, and she let me in. She let me in the door, invited me into her abode. Me. This woman is an angel.
Yeah, I don't know if Haley, that's something you're comfortable sharing with the community, or if you feel like it's a little bit too sensitive, or how you feel about that. But I definitely think that it's helpful for the community to have that color.
Yeah, guys, I'm just here to have fun. I don't really have a full head wrapped around this whole thing, but I'm figuring it out every day, and I'm here for the long term. My skin's getting thicker every day, and the hate's not going to stop me. I'm here every day trying to work on this and get better at it, but I'm not going anywhere.
Hey, thanks for summing that up. I'm glad I lost all my money. And now it's all good. Hey, you're having fun? All right, that's what it's all about.
Get tough, and this was a learning you can integrate in all these different things she's doing, including her podcast every Tuesday. She literally, is talking about her meme token on a really big podcast, on a charting podcast, and onboarding and talking about these memes, all different types of memes, all different memes that everybody holds.
Now I'm just getting an advertisement right now. Can I skip the ad?
Bringing awareness to it, so it's it sucks that everyone wants to see it fail.
It did fail. It immediately failed.
Of it.
Well, it didn't fail for you guys.
I think,
you guys made out
in week 2, in week 3, found it. So that's my belief. That's why we're doing it. We're doing something super innovative in my opinion.
Innovative.
With the meme token.
Dag nabbit, he's right. We've never seen something like this before.
Go ahead, man.
They won't unmute Coffee. They refuse to unmute him.
The reason for the
I completely agree.
I would urge you guys as well to share at least what you know now, because while people are here, they really
for sure. I mean, like I said, it was. I haven't, the bubble maps. I don't know why it's showing if it's showing 12 holders or whatever it is, but we distributed.
Hey, way to explain it. I don't know why it's lying.
How many,
I'll have to investigate why it's lying.
I mean, like I said.
Sad part is crypto bros probably think they're telling the truth. I can promise you, I think even the most delusional would look at this and listen to this and be like, oh my god. Oh my god, what have I done? I got fucked.
Investors,
If they're not gonna bring Coffee back, I'm just gonna leave. This is nothing. This is just actually nothing. This is this man talking in circles with a list.
Tried our best to curate.
Haley did it. Her team, little shady. I don't think they've done a good job of explaining this. But Haley, man, how can you even be mad at her at the end of the day, right? She said she's having fun. And that's all she said. And what else do you need at the end of the day, huh? You know what I mean? So yeah, you lost a lot of money. You got rugged. Fucking Hawk Tua spit on that thing. Am I fucking right? You go again. You buy the dip. So that way her investors can make some more too. Holy. Again, if you bought into this expecting to make money on it, you're a fucking idiot in the first place, to be fair. Putting money into a Hawk Tua coin. Christ. Hawk Tua coin was 100% unlocked on launch. That always will rug if you have people buying in with zero unlock. This team pre-sold tokens for millions and then are crying that they didn't sell and blame it. Oh, nice. I don't think there's anyone in the world that actually believes the developers here. I don't even think the most delusional of crypto bro would find anything that they said compelling. So I feel like this is one of the very few cases where people are like, oh, that was just a complete scam. from the get-go, which I feel like people should have been able to know immediately with the Hawk Tua girl making a fucking crypto. Is some Jack Doherty shit. It is. It is actual Jack Doherty shit. Except hers is somehow even more egregious. Oh yeah, I'm surprised they were even doing that call in the first place. Usually when it comes to a big rug like this, the people just vanish. Meanwhile, those two goofballs were somehow taking it in a Twitter space, pretending that it wasn't a scam. So, I mean, they talked about innovation. That is an innovative new strategy to rug pulling. Usually they just disappear. I wonder if she even knows what crypto is. I can say with at least 85% confidence, Haley Welch just learned what Solana was a week ago. After this space, when CoffeeZilla eventually got kicked from the Twitter space, he started his own to explain to everyone exactly how this rug pull worked. He explains it far better than I ever could, and it's actually a lot more intricate than I thought it was for a rug pull. There were more moving parts to it, and even more nefarious, scummy dog shit that was happening behind the scenes that CoffeeZilla highlights. So it's more than just like the simple pump.fun rug pulls we've been seeing a lot, like with Jack Doherty. This was a full red alert, DEFCON, premeditated, malicious rug pull that aimed to scam the shit out of people. Now, I do believe most of the victims here were basically just people that gamble on things like this, like meme and shit coins. I don't think a lot of like Hawk Tua enthusiasts, you know, all of a sudden set up a wallet to participate in the Hawk Tua coin. I imagine it's most people that were gambling on it. But even still, her scamming this many people and making this much money, her and the team, I guess I can't say her for sure because maybe she personally didn't make a ton of money, but a lot of people behind the scenes did, and CoffeeZilla explains how much and where things were going and how it all worked.
Let me start with something really basic that most people need to understand about what they're doing, the little switch they're doing. They keep telling you guys, and everybody's falling for it, with this strategic advisor grift, okay? They put 3% into the public DEX. Meanwhile, they pre-sold in these SAFs at like, I think they said a over $10 million valuation. I'll have to have somebody correct me on that. But over a $10 million valuation. So they pre-sold these tokens. Why do you think people bought these tokens? They knew that they could rug because they told people, well, there's no unlock. So if there's no unlock for pre-sold tokens and you think it's going to launch because you got this girl who's going to use her brand and use her popularity to all of a sudden pump up this coin, there's no unlock, you're going to dump into this. So two things happen at the same time. There's a lot of confusion about it, but two things happen. One, you have a sniper who jumped in at the very beginning, minutes after launch, because they tweeted out the contract address like idiots, like amateurs. Actually, the dot guy said they knew it was going to get sniped, which is crazy. I think that would be criminal if it's true. If you know your thing's going to get sniped and you launch it anyways, but whatever. So they get sniped. That guy walks out with millions of dollars. But then they put fees on top of that. They put a 15% fee on the DEX. So guess who's raking in the money?
Not Haley.
I tried to ask.
Can't be Haley.
Haley said our foundation made it in the Cayman Islands. We wanted to obey the law, so we left the United States. We went to the Cayman Islands. Everyone knows that's how you obey the law. You go to the Cayman Islands. So they went to the Cayman Islands, and their 15% fee supposedly goes there.
That's true. We did hear them say that.
So they made millions of dollars right off the jump, even before they didn't even quote. They knew it was going to snipe. This sniper made millions. They made millions, and then they pre-sold for millions. Okay, everyone follow me so far? Then you have strategic advisors who are dumping on retail, and they're making millions. Who's making nothing? Well, it's everyone else.
It doesn't matter how stupid a scam might sound to you. I got your nose. Like, even that might have just sent someone into a panic. Doesn't matter how dumb it is, people fall for these kind of scams every single day. The most absurd, most unbelievable things that you ask yourself, who could possibly be that moronic to actually fall victim to it? Well, people do every single day. The reason why these scams exist is because they are successful. And today we're going to talk about one that just happened in my own backyard, Florida. More specifically, Bradenton, which is pretty close to Tampa. I could probably piss into the wind and have a golden shower hit this scammer here while he's mowing his lawn. Now, it's not just one scam either. This actually has quite a few layers. It's a deep onion of scams, and it's all the most unbelievable shit where you ask yourself, who could fall for it? and you're about to find out who. So the perpetrator here, the scammer, is a gentleman who looks like an unholy fusion dance between Larry the Cable Guy and Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Well, what started with a friend request turned into months of talking, and a woman in Frisco, Texas thought she'd hit the jackpot with her new friend, Elon Musk. He'd promised her a huge return for investing with him.
And as Fox 13's Kimberly Cuizon reports, the person behind the keyboard was not Elon Musk, but a man from Bradenton, who police say was ripping her off.
This is actually the oldest trick in the book. I'm pretty sure this scam predates the birth of Jesus Christ. And it is a scam that a lot of elderly people fall victim to constantly, which is always sad, of course, and it's a scam that's existed for as long as communication has, with people lying to get money out of them, saying like, hey, give me money and I'll give you money in return. They pretend to be something that they're not with some kind of phony baloney nonsense. But with the internet, they've been able to like crank that shit up. They're going plus ultra on that scam, and it's been significantly more effective, which is very surprising to me, just how drastically the sentiment around online activity has changed in the older generation. Because when I was growing up, my parents and grandparents put the fear of God in me about like, don't post anything online that would be like an identifier, like don't post anything private online, don't trust anything or anyone that you meet online. Whereas nowadays, that notion is completely extinct. The older generation looks at you like you're weird if you don't have your fucking phone number posted on your Twitter account or something. Like they're going hog wild, believing everything and everyone, ripping their shirt off, twirling it over their head like, yeah, Queef Wellington's revealing the truth. There is plutonium in the toilet paper. We have to go back to using leaves, raw leaves and poison ivy to clean ourselves. It's like, hey, well, let's pump the brakes a little bit. It just seems totally different, but maybe now it's just the access to information. You see more of it. Maybe this has always been happening, but man, it really does just seem like every 70-year-old is just waiting for a random Facebook friend request so they can send that stranger all of their money for no fucking reason.
For a 74-year-old woman, a friend request sent and accepted on Facebook brought on a new and seemingly powerful friendship.
She would communicate on a daily basis with him.
She believes she was talking with Elon Musk, and he told her he had a plan for her future.
A common misconception is that only old people fall for this kind of scam. Like, oh, you gotta be geriatric and senile to think that Elon Musk would contact you and say that he has a plan and that you should give him money. That's just complete fucking barnacles right there. Only, I think it was 2 years ago, maybe even less, and it still goes on today, there was that massive YouTube scam stream that got started up with a looped Elon Musk video that had a link to a Bitcoin wallet that was asking everyone watching the stream to send Bitcoin to that wallet and he would double it. And so many people fell victim to that. And you know 74-year-olds aren't using Bitcoin 2-3 years ago. So the main people that were victims to that were younger people. And that scam, the Elon Musk doubling crypto scam, still goes on to this day to wild degrees of success. You see the streams all over YouTube right now too. I guarantee you can probably find 5 of those bitches live at this moment, and there are people falling for them every single day, not just old people. So this scam of, I'm Elon Musk and I need money so that way you can make money, I'm here for you, doesn't just work on a 74-year-old woman.
You give us $500,000, I can make you $55 million.
She jumped at the opportunity.
Without her husband's knowledge, she started investing with Elon Musk.
It's kind of heartbreaking to see how trusting people are in a situation like this, where this 74-year-old woman receives a friend request from someone she believes is Elon Musk, and she thinks he's there to try and help her. He just needs a little bit of cash for that. He just needs, you know, a few tiddlywinks of doubloons. Maybe $500,000, $500,000, those wacky little numbers on the back of the credit card. That's all Elon needs in order for her to get fucking $55 million return. And she believes it. Somehow she knows who Elon Musk is, knows that he's worth billions of dollars, wealthiest man in the world, and she thinks that, oh, this is actually Elon reaching out on a random fucking Tuesday through Facebook to a random 74-year-old woman that he's never met. Like, I bet she was so excited she probably went and put some cookies in the oven for him, baked them a fucking pie or something to thank him.
But Detective Jim Carula with the Bradenton Police Department's Elder Fraud Unit says the woman transferred $250,000 to bank accounts not belonging to Elon Musk, but to this man.
Grant, that's
an imposter, according to police. 56-year-old Jeffrey Moynihan Jr. of Bradenton.
This guy looks like the bad guy in every 90s Christmas film. Like, he looks like that business guy that's like, bah humbug, there is no Santa Claus. Like he just has like this distinct look about him where it's like evolution knew he was going to be a scammer piece of shit, so it like molded his whole being into that caricature. It's shocking just how closely he imagines what I picture in my head every scammer to look like.
We have an arrest warrant for your arrest.
Detective Carula says the woman's husband says she gave Elon Musk, aka Moynihan, $600,000. He's continuing to track down where the other money went.
What and who you see is not who's typing back at you. And I think these people, you have to realize that.
Which should be a pretty obvious lesson that's becoming more and more rare for people to have learned. And I can't believe it's something you even need to learn. It should just be something you know. Anybody can make a Facebook account with a profile pic of Elon Musk. There's probably a billion of those fucking things floating around right now. You can see them all over Twitter too. But just because it reaches out to you and it has the name Elon Musk, it doesn't mean that it is. There are 1,000 things you can do to avoid getting scammed like this, yet so many people just don't do it because they are either in a desperate situation or they hear something that just sounds like this is life-changing. I need to at least try. So then they fall victim to a scam like this. And in this case, she was so trusting, and what Elon Musk was saying was so good that she went behind her husband's back and sent 600,000 clams to a random Facebook account.
But here's where things take a turn. It appears Moynihan may have been the target of a romance scam as well.
Mr. Moynihan stating that his girlfriend is the mastermind behind it and that he had no involvement. He is stating he's never actually even met his girlfriend.
Bang! I bet you didn't expect that. So the scammer who was pulling off the impersonation Elon Musk doubling money RuneScape scam is actually, potentially, the victim of a romance scam himself. He is the victim of the same scam he is doing to the 74-year-old woman without recognizing that, I think, is the angle he's trying to play with that. I'm a little confused with the way that it's stated here because I think what's also possible is that Jeffrey is claiming that his girlfriend is the one that did this to the 74-year-old woman and he was totally hands-off. It must have been her. Yet it was his bank account that got all of the money. So that doesn't really make sense unless he was the victim of a romance scam here, gave her his bank account info, and then she used it on the 74-year-old woman, and he didn't know anything about it, and now he's bringing it up here. Or the way that I initially interpreted it is that he has this mysterious girlfriend, this supermodel, superstar, 3-breast mega milkers that he hasn't met before, but she wanted him to talk to the 74-year-old woman as if he was Elon Musk to get money from her. So like that's the way I initially interpreted it, that he is right now talking to this imaginary girlfriend that is telling him to do this. So he's saying, like, I'm kind of blameless. It was my girlfriend who was making me do it. That's the way that it initially came across to me. Mind-boggling. Romance scams are becoming increasingly common as well, where somebody pretends to be, this hot, big-tittied goth chick that wants your meat, but she can't quite get out to you because she's in, like, a bad financial spot. So you got to be sending her money so that way she can eventually come be with you, be your wife, because she loves you. Like, it's love. And what, are you going to deny love? I don't think so. So this douchebag, this stupid asshole is like, okay, well, my girlfriend is telling me that if I don't have the money to pay her, maybe I should try getting it by pretending to be someone I'm not to get money from this lady. And he doesn't connect the dots in his rotted noodle that he is also right now being scammed. It's a beautiful disaster. Now, I do think the most likely explanation is that this guy is desperately making this up, just pulling it out of his ass. Like, oh, no, that couldn't have been me. It must have been my girlfriend. Yeah, my girlfriend, super hot. You wouldn't know her. She goes to a different college. But yeah, she must have, logged on to my account and used all my bank account information in order to receive money from the 74-year-old woman that she was scamming, pretending to be Elon Musk on all of my on all of my accounts. That's likely what it was. So he could just be doing this to try and like lessen his sentence by saying like, oh no, it wasn't me, it was this person, and I don't know who that person is, but it's definitely not me, it's my girlfriend. Don't know her, never met her, but it's her. Like, you might as well just blame it on like fucking Sasquatch at that point.
As BPD continues their investigation, neighbors of Moynihan remain in disbelief.
It's shocking. It's just surprising.
In Bradenton, Kimberly Quizon, Fox 13 News.
I decided to leave that little scene in there where they talk to the neighbors because I always find that to just be like pretty useless most of the time, where the news will just like knock on neighbors' doors and be like, hey, what do you think about your neighbor getting arrested? 9 times out of 10 they're like, oh wow, that's crazy. And in this case, the guy's just like, shocking. Like, it's not like they're going to have deep insight on that. Like, what's this guy going to do? But like, oh no, actually, this doesn't surprise me even a little bit. This doesn't even have me raise an eyebrow, because actually one time, Jeffrey came over knocking on my door with a voice changer, pretending to be Marilyn Monroe. So, like, I always knew he was capable of impersonating someone. It was just a matter of time before he found a sucker to give him money. Like, that's just not going to happen. Like, why even leave that part in? Like, here's what the neighbors had to say. Whoa. All right, anyway, back to you.
Grand Theft of what?
Was it?
Grand Theft of what?
I'm not the one that wrote the warrant. When the detective comes out here, he'll explain it for you.
Just wanted to show you a wee bit more of the body cam footage here, where he plays dumb. I mean, he is dumb, but like where he pretends he doesn't know why they'd be there. And he doesn't have a shirt on, which had me giggling a little bit, because this man got interrupted like 15 beers deep by this and didn't even get the chance to put a shirt on in time, so he's just walking around with cold hard nipples in the police station. And anyway, hopefully the victim gets her money back from this. Hopefully they're able to track all that down and give her money back. That's really about it. See ya. Boogie2988 is not only the most manipulative YouTuber this platform's ever seen, but he's also among the stupidest as well. And this is actually one of his go-to bread and butter defense strategies anytime he finds himself in hot water. He'll always play the card of, oh, I'm not an evil person, I'm just a bumbling moron. I got zapped by an idiot beam. Timmy Turner made a wish that I'd be an imbecile and, well, that's out of my control now. I'm not a bad person. I'm just stupid, and you can't be mad at me for that. He uses this signature anime finishing move more often than Goku uses a Kamehameha to finish off an opponent. He is stupid, don't get me wrong, but he is also a bad person. Both of these things are true. And he's using this defense right now with his latest cryptocurrency scam. I wasn't even going to bother making a video talking about this, because talking about any of Boogie2988's L's is like talking about taking the trash out. Who gives a fuck? It's garbage, so who cares? Everyone knows it's trash, so why even bother talking about it? Well, in this case, it's especially heinous because he actually did an interview with CoffeeZilla on CoffeeZilla's second channel, Voidzilla, where he was covering Boogie's new crypto scam. And he basically admits to it being a pump and dump, but his defense is that he was too stupid to recognize that. Like, he's too dumb to have known that this was going to be a scam that would hurt his almost non-existent audience. He has a very small pocket of people that still support him left, and he is using them like a fleshlight for a couple of fucking doubloons to pop out the other end as he puts his cock in it. It's disgusting. The Boogie298 fan club has less members than the goddamn Balan Wonderworld Enthusiast Society. Like, there's not many of them left, and now Boogie's running a cryptocurrency scam directly at them, yet denying that he's trying to scam his fans, saying that it's obviously just a joke for his fans to point and laugh at. This is mainly meant to target millionaire crypto bros who can kind of just get fucked. It's also worth mentioning that he was paid $10,000 to promote this fatty token meme coin by a very shady group. But I'm sure that's not important. I'm sure that 10,000 doubloons is all just part of the joke. It's all in good humor at the end of the day. I'm sure that had nothing to do with Boogie's involvement here. Now, I do believe that a lot of people that did put money into this were just hoping that they could dump the bag on even bigger idiots that bought into it trusting Boogie, because there are still people that do have faith in Boogie as a creator and as just a genuine person. I don't know how that still lingers after the documentary that's been dropped about him, where he did his absolute best to make himself look like an insufferable asshole, as well as the numerous other controversies he's found himself in. But there is definitely still a community that rallies behind him. And I have no doubt a lot of people that put money into this were hoping that that community would also put money in so they could dump it onto them. And maybe they were able to, maybe they weren't, but right now it looks like everybody, except for those on the inside, have lost money. You posted a video on your own channel called Fatty, because the name of his token, his scam shitcoin, is called Fatty. He posted the video on his channel. That's for your audience, Boogie. You posted it directly to them. Of course, some of them are going to buy into it because they still have some level of trust in you for whatever delusional reason that might be, but that's definitely broken by now, I imagine. He also just can't dedicate himself to just one excuse here, so he's trying to cover all of his bases so he doesn't look like an evil, manipulative piece of shit here. So he's constantly flip-flopping. So first he was kind of just on the nose about it, like posting tweets saying like he's fucked anyway, so might as well get some money out of it on the way out. You know, hashtag fatty, stuff like that. And then he's like, well, no, this was actually just for the crypto bros, and I'm not going to lose sleep over them losing money. I was upfront about you putting money into this, and you're probably going to lose it. That's the joke. So I don't care if you bought in. And his most outrageous one is where he tries to spin this as an actual useful, not scam service, where it's like, oh, this is actually just a really cheap way for the community to buy into my presence. It's going to be a community hub for all of us to kind of just like hang out. So you're kind of paying just to be a part of the community. Like, he's trying every possible excuse to avoid wrongdoing, even though he's fundamentally admitted that it's a pump and dump scheme that he's behind here, which is a crime. It's illegal. You can't do that. Maybe putting it into Magic the Gathering terms will help you understand it to wrap your fucking noodle around it. You're ignoring cards' mana costs, and in response, everyone hates you. You can't do that, Boogie. I watched a clip of a podcast Boogie's on once, and of course he always rants about how everyone's always out to get him. He's not a bad guy. Everyone else is evil for attacking him. He's not the bad guy. He's not the villain of the story. And my name got brought up. And he then went on to say that I want to see him dead. I'd rather see him buried 6 feet under than see him succeed, or something to that effect. Which is, of course, a load of horseradish, but it's a really interesting take, how Boogie perceives things. And I don't know if he truly believes this, or if it's just a classic Boogie drumming up sympathy kind of thing through lying. But I don't want to see you dead, Boogie, at all. I want to see you stop being a piece of shit scammer who manipulates his audience and constantly lies. That's what I want. That's what the majority of people would like to see. A triumphant story about how you finally took some responsibility for your own actions, grew from them, learned from them, and actually stopped being the asshole that you are. I'd like for you to come forward and stop lying about everything. So like in this situation, just taking it on the chin and openly admitting that you pump and dump scammed your audience. Just say like, hey guys, I fell on difficult financial times and yeah, I took advantage of you. You kind of tiptoed around that in the CoffeeZilla video, but you're not saying it with your whole chest anymore and making up excuses for it, even though it's an inexcusable thing that you've done. You should then refund everyone that lost money in this shitcoin scam that you've pumped. And then you should be working towards actually making things right and stop being the lying, manipulative asshole that you are. I don't want to see you dead, Boogie, and you know that. That's a very gross thing to say, to make that claim, and you know how fucking disgusting that is, which is why you say it. But I want to make it very clear right now. What I want is for you to stop being a lying manipulator. I'm going to play a little bit of his announcement video for this, because he really stands by that it's all just supposed to be a joke for his community, supposed to bring them together to laugh at the parody of Andrew Tate, where he's playing Andrew Cake, and it's all part of the joke. But that excuse doesn't work, Boogie, when you actually launch a shitcoin alongside your satirical take on shitcoins, for your audience to actually lose money on, you dumb buffoon.
Fatty is a community for like-minded individuals that are broken free from the matrix. True happiness comes from a goldfish, from the same woman a couple of nights a month, and the occasional meme coin. Fatty for life.
Fatty for life, yeah. Look at this graph. Looks like every other rug pull shitcoin that ever entered the market. But Fatty for life, yeah. Boogie's the champ. He's the king. Who cares how many of his audience lost money on this? He does his absolute best to deny that that's a possibility at all. I'll go ahead and go through his pinned tweet because he's been, of course, on Twitter, as he is known to do, having meltdowns, doing his best to justify indefensible actions that he takes. So here's his big manifesto on the Fatty debacle. An iconic Boogie intro here to the tweet. This is just so on brand for him. Classic. In the last few days, I have learned a lot about the internet, myself, and crypto. For those that don't know the Boogie lore, he also lost almost all of his money in crypto well before this, so even knowing just how dangerous it is to buy into this kind of shit, he still promotes it to his audience, even though he himself is the victim of losing tons and tons of money in crypto dog shit. But yeah, it doesn't matter to him. Since it's not him losing money this time, why would he care? My intent by launching a meme coin was to make people laugh and happy. I also wanted to give millionaires who like meme coins a new toy to play with. It doesn't have use, Boogie. The only thing they can play with is watching the graph go down. The only thing they're playing with is your balls as you teabag them with this scam. I also wanted to create a community among those people to interact with as I have through the LOLCOW Live community. To say I missed the mark is an understatement for sure. But some of the people that are angry for some weird reasons. This never targeted fans, in quotes. In the 90 seconds this was available on websites, a casual fan could not have created a Coinbase account, get verified, figure out how to buy Solana, which is a chore in itself, to then purchase a meme coin. It is literally impossible. That process takes hours, sometimes days. You are so unbelievably wrong, you know that. You are blatantly lying. I also don't understand why it's inconceivable for him to imagine that some of his fans already have Solana and have Coinbase accounts, because a lot of people do. Cryptocurrency isn't some like fringe unheard of thing anymore. It's a very mainstream thing people have been hearing about for fucking years, so a lot of them do have accounts and they could easily buy this in the 90 seconds it was available. This targeted my fans only to have them point and laugh at the absurdity of the character, the video, and the idea that anyone would trust me for crypto advice. If the whole idea behind it, Boogie, was to just provide an entertaining video, why actually launch the shitcoin? Why even give them the opportunity to buy into something that you yourself know is worthless? You're open about how worthless it is and that it's just a waste of money. One of his early tweets is about how you shouldn't invest money in it. That's the way that he's trying to like hand wave his responsibility to his audience here by saying, well, he warned them not to put money into it, so it's kind of their fault. Why even give them the option? If the whole point was just to give them something to laugh at, why give them something to immediately lose money on, Boogie? That's so weird. That doesn't seem like it'd be a good part of the joke, having them lose money too. That seems to get rid of the joke. It's almost as if it wasn't a joke to begin with. And you're using that as a convenient excuse to try and make it seem like it was never the intention to make money off exploiting your fans. I did, however, want to target crypto bros who play with meme coins all day, every day. Looking at the wallets that bought and sold this coin, it's clear that is the only people who played with this coin. Many of them holding tens of millions of Ethereum and Bitcoin, they wouldn't miss the tens of dollars they might have lost, but many more made money than lost, it appears. What a hero. You're such a hero of the people, Boogie. Regardless, I still believe those same crypto guys might find value in this coining community, and I hope they do. For those holding, I plan to keep chatting with you guys and chilling with you for as long as you think it's fun. To the rest of the internet, I am not sorry for getting involved in a dumb shit meme coin. I eject the idea that I was ever scamming fans, and that simply did not happen, period. Look at the wallets for proof of that. I still think a meme coin can be a funny and amusing distraction for people who have far more money than they know what to do with, and I hope we can continue to fuck around with this dumbass coin. That is just chef's kiss standard Boogie meal right there on his Twitter dog shit that he serves on the plate. Just absolute nonsense, lying out of his ass, trying his absolute best to come out of this looking like the good guy. Well, I've learned a lot about myself, the internet, and crypto. Yeah, there were some shortcomings. I missed the mark, but you're actually all wrong because I'm not a bad guy. That was never the intention. Also, those crypto bros that I said can get fucked and I won't lose sleep over, well, actually, I'm hoping they find real value in this because I'm also like a hero to the crypto bros as well as my community because I never targeted my fans. Yeah, I uploaded it to my YouTube channel, but that was only because I wanted them to laugh at the character, not actually put money into it. I mean, that was never part of the plan, but because they put money into it, now there's a great community, which was always the intention the entire time. It's just absolute ramblings of a madman doing his absolute best to try and avoid looking like the bad guy. And in doing so, he always looks even more of a bad guy. In the interview he did with CoffeeZilla, he mentions his cancer diagnosis. Boogie has a form of cancer and he is on hard times financially, a lot of it because of his crypto investments, which now he's running one of his own. And he talks about how the money that he got, like the $10,000 to promote this, immediately went into like his medical his medical needs. And he uses this as a shield, where it's like, oh, you know, this is going on, thus it shouldn't be a problem that I scam people, because I need the money. There's plenty of other ways of making money though, Boogie, besides just scamming your audience. Like there was, for actual years, you had so many other opportunities to make money and actually not be a piece of shit. But you have time and time again made the worst possible decisions, not only for yourself, but for those around you, and you have constantly dug yourself deeper and deeper holes. And now you keep posting tweets, deleting tweets, where you're doing this Jekyll and Hyde thing about how, oh, I might be going to jail anyway, so I'm going to take money on the way out. Buy Fatty Coin. And then into this where it's like, actually, I'm such a good guy. Like, we were just making a community and you guys are getting mad for weird reasons. I'm misunderstood. It's crazy because you can actually trace Boogie's spiral to his Twitter activity. The frequency in which he used Twitter directly correlates with the frequency at which he lost subscribers. As he used Twitter more, his YouTube subscribers went down more and more because he kept letting the mask slip at the really awful person behind the facade that he puts on YouTube. He could not stop himself from saying the most revolting things and being the most unlikable asshole through Twitter. He was addicted to it. And he recognized so many times that if he just deleted Twitter, his life, his online career would have been in a much better spot. But he just can't help himself. And to this day, still can't help himself. Here's his most recent tweet, for example. I learned years ago that if I fart in public, Mudahar will make a video saying I gave people cancer. I'm pretty much free to do whatever I want because even when I try to do something nice, people say I ate a baby or something. In standard Boogie fashion, making himself the victim of everything imaginable. Somehow he's the victim in this pump and dump crypto scam that he's running here because Mudahar made a mean video about him. Oh man, it doesn't matter what I do because people are just going to say that I ate a baby or something. Mudahar is going to insult me no matter what. So what, I did a crypto pump and dump. Doesn't mean Mudahar needs to be nasty and rude about it. I can't even remember the last time Boogie2988 did something genuinely nice without it being something to benefit him personally. I can't think of it. And it's certainly not this crypto scam. There's no way you're going to sit there and actually try and say that this meme shitcoin that you've started is somehow a nice thing that you don't deserve to be getting insulted for. That's absolute lunacy. You yourself have said multiple times how worthless this is and you shouldn't be putting money into it and that you're basically stupid if you do. Like, and you're going to try and sit here and make a claim like, oh, even when I do something nice, they're just going to say I'm bad anyway. You're not doing anything nice. You are literally scamming your audience. No matter how much you want to plug your ears and close your eyes to deny that fact, you are. You have. You are scamming them with this. He also keeps saying that he hasn't sold any of his Fatty Coin, and it doesn't matter. Even if you really haven't sold any, I don't know why you'd sell now since it's completely flatlining, but even if you haven't sold any, even when it was up, it doesn't change the fact that it's still a pump and dump scam and someone made a lot of money from this. The people that paid you to promote this in the first place. You did make 10,000 doubloons from the promotion of it. So you did make money from it. Even if it isn't from the direct sale of the coins that you hold, you still made 10 grand, which is a lot more than any one of your fans that bought into this trusting you. But anyway, I don't need to rant any further about this. If you want actual information about the scam, I highly recommend checking out Voidzilla's video or Mudahar's coverage of this. They both did a great job going over everything around it. I'm just here to talk about what a manipulative, stupid asshole Boogie2988 is and how baffling it is that he keeps finding new ways to devolve even further into degeneracy. It's shocking. That's really about it. So yeah.